I had a very early marriage and I got married when I was just 18. And I had a daughter when I was 20. Very tough and a challenging time. And I'm sharing this with you because many entrepreneurs who must be hearing me today should know that it's a deep story behind every entrepreneur to come up there. And there are many challenges behind a woman to come ahead in this world. So I had a very very tough marriage, which was also physically abusive. And at times I didn't know what do I do and how do I tell my parents that I'm going through something like this, and how do I get out of it. Eventually, of course, when my daughter grew up a little bit and she was 7, she started observing all these issues and challenges, and she, of course, spoke to my parents about it. And that's where the whole thing started. And my parents wanted me to come back, and I went through a divorce. Fortunately, I'm here and I'm in a very blessed place today. They helped me. My father really helped me. He's been strong. He's standing by me. And I would request every father who hears me today that you need to stand by your daughter, because बेटी किसी बेटे से कम नहीं होती. So you have to stand by your daughter. You have to trust her, have faith in her, and she will make you proud one day. So the thing is that this is how the journey started. So I got involved a little bit. We are into hospitality and hotels, as called as Bawa Group, Bawa International Hotels, and I started my journey over there. I started going to the hotel, keeping myself busy, little creative. I had done my marketing, so I started working with the marketing team of the hotels. But honestly, that was not my calling. Somewhere I was feeling lost. I was feeling this is not what I want to do. It doesn't make me feel happy. It doesn't excite me to wake up and get ready and get to work every day. It really didn't excite me. Without doing a makeup and a beauty course, I was excellent with these works. I was just natural, probably. I used to do hairstyles and makeup and a lot of things in a very creative way. So I was reading the papers, and there was this a mention about a course in India, which was an international academy for beauty. And that was it. I did not take a second, not even a thought, and I just called up and I quickly got myself reserved. I said, I'm going to come to your institute, check your institute, and I'm going for it. I studied there. I studied my beauty and cosmetology. I did my paramedicals over there. And after that, I went to London to study again further, more about beauty and wellness industry, more about the product and treatments, about how massage therapies are done, and hands-on experience about this industry. And that's where the journey started with my education. I wanted to educate myself. Now, after the education came a big challenge. Do I start my own business or do I work somewhere? I was okay, and my father was like, no, you can't do a job. I said, no, let me try my hands on and at least give an interview. I want to see whether I get rejected or I get, I'm selected. And I went for an interview to Ravison. They were starting their salon. And at that time, they selected me, not knowing. I did not give my background, nothing. And they selected me. And as soon as I get that interview selection email, at the same time, I had a friend of mine and my brother who got in together and said, your sister has done this course. Please let her take my property, and I'd like her to start her business at my place in Andheri, Lokhandwala. And I get a call from them, and do you want to start your business? I said, of course, why not? And that's where Andheri IOSIS started. That was my first wellness center, with all the challenges when it comes to people saying, my god, wellness center, massage, what is a wellness center? Massage is all about what. So happy endings. And I had all the possible challenges. That will you want to get into a business like that? Will you make money? Most important. And will you survive through? Will you pay a rent? Will you pay the staff salaries? Ke ghar se bharna hoga. I planned the business well. I made sure that the location was right, and what is the kind of clientele who is going to come in. I kind of studied a little bit about that before I started. The interiors, how it has to look, how it has to feel. It should not look like a clinic. It has to look like a beautiful wellness center, because we not only provided spa massages, we were also providing salon services, a lot of dermat treatments like, Botox, fillers, all of these, slimming treatments, slimming massages. So to create something like that, a fusion of four, a synergy, I had to really look into the interiors. It had to look very relaxing, very calming, so that when you come in, you're absolutely relaxed, and then you go in for your services. So yes, I took care of few things and a bit of marketing added to the success of Iosis Wellness when it started in Andheri 2008. We won our first award of the best marketing from Asia Spa India, and it was the happiest moment for me, and I was very excited, and that's it. When that was the first year of my business. A lot of my friends, because I have a lot of industry friends who are, owners of spas and salons. I feel good sometimes when they tell me, you have increased that benchmark where people used to not spend that much on salons and spas with the interiors and look and feel. But somewhere now, if you look and you go to the new salons and spas, I want to kind of change my interiors immediately, because it's getting better and better and better. It's changing. And in those days, people even the thought of opening a spa was like, oh my god, no, it's not happening. It's luxury. People will not pay. Who will give you a 2,500 rupees, 2,500 for a massage? It's not going to happen. It's impossible. But it happened because I believed it will happen. I was very lucky that Shilpa Shetty Kundra joined in as the brand face, and in around 2009, and that helped me with the franchisee growth. Of course, franchisee growth has its own challenges, but that really helped me with the franchisee growth of the centers, and there were more franchisees who wanted to come and associate with a brand which has an icon like her, and she was the best thing which happened to the brand, and I'm thankful to her always for being a part of Iosis Wellness. And so yes, I made my mistakes. I will not say that I haven't made my mistakes, and that will not be right when it comes to franchising. When you start your franchise center, it's important you know your partners well, their background well. Will they be able to look after your baby the way you do? Will they be able to take care of the brand face you are going to give them? Will they market your brand enough? So all these things have put together, one should go ahead with franchise. We started Guwahati and we started Raipur. Raipur has gone through a sudden lockdown twice. They're still going to be closed till the 7th or the 8th. So, the customers build up that trust and faith in you. They come to you, and suddenly again their cases are increasing and the lockdown. But trust me, once we've started, by God's grace, we've started. There's no sudden lockdowns. I mean, we're opening up, we're slowly opening up the economy, but I find the sudden lockdowns pretty strange, honestly. So yes, that has been a hurdle to manage the business, especially the outstation centers. Mumbai, it has been very smooth. I'll be very honest to you. We have had a very positive result. For the only reason, I think, is you're from the marketing background, and you well would understand that we had a lot of information messages, information videos, some videos with celebrities as well, which we send it to our clients, that this is how we are going to look after you when you come to our salon spa. Telling you, we started training our staff from mid-April. We thought that by May we should start. So we had already started training our staff. We created SOPs. We had proper systematic training. Every alternate day, we used to have a connection call, online call, and some or the other topic was discussed. Understand, there's a lot of investment which goes in when it comes to training, and which have their institutes. Now, when they provide home services, you can be rest assured that they have their own salons. They have a hands-on experience. Like we are providing home services. We exactly know that we've just started. That is, during these challenging times, we have started because we wanted to cater to our prepaid members. We have a lot of members who have been with us since the last 10 years. Now, in their comfort of their home, this is one add-on we have given to them. And in that, it becomes easier for me because I'm hands-on handling a salon. So training is a part anyways of my people. They already been trained. And now from here, they're going to part and give home services. Planning only survival so that I survive through and I am able to give you more interviews. So why I am sharing this, because I want to tell you guys that even I go through even if I'm smiling, I go through the fear of not being able to survive through this pandemic. But that's just a fear which I roll it up and I throw it back because I don't want to give up, and I will not give up because this brand created by me is my passion. So similarly, you creating your own brand, hold on tight, be very patient, all will be fine, everything will come in place. So don't give up so soon. Just try and keep yourself very, very positive during these times. My next plan, of course, before the pandemic was getting more into training. So that's been my passion always, to start my own institute. We were doing training, in-house training in the salon. We had smaller batches going on, but now I wanted to start was an institute. So now I'm waiting to do that soon with some international accreditation in the institute, and positively we'll come back with results. As I mentioned, the first one was starting, using that word. In a wellness center, spa is going to be part of it, massages is going to be part of it, and still I face clients and some male customers who feel spa are only a part for for them for happy endings, because unfortunately even in India many spas do provide that. Maybe it's not very open out there, but yes, many spas are giving providing these services, and that kind of gets the whole industry in a very tricky situation. So yes, I did face these issues and I still face these issues, and I do get franchisee inquiries also that will, especially from men, that will your spa allow more than massages, and we are allowed to operate that. So I'm like, no. So that's why I told you I'm very selective about giving out the franchise also, and not going haphazard about growth, because that's not important for me. I'm in a better situation, in a good situation. I'm not greedy out there for money, but my name and reputation is most important for me. So yes, I have faced these issues, and again, being the boss girl in the male dominant society, which is still very much male dominant society, has been a challenge. Keep learning every day, because you are going to make mistakes. Never get scared. You will make mistakes. Don't let anyone in this world pull you down for your mistakes. Learn from them, move ahead, stay strong, hold your brand very, very tight, very, very strong. Think before you do anything. Even before putting up a post on social media about your brand, think 100 times, how is it going to reflect on your brand? So be very careful when you're moving with the baby you created. You're the founder. You have created this. You got to love it. You got to nurture it. You got to look after it, and never give up on it.